What is up, everyone? I hope everyone is having a good day today. I do apologize for the lighting. I am moving out of here next week. I'm going to be gone here next week. So my scheduling from Monday up until Thursday will be streaming at 4 o'clock, maybe for like an hour and 30 minutes. And then after that, we're just going to jump right into it. You know, I am very, very grateful for the content creator that went through my stuff and gave me so much advice to help out. And I think one of the biggest things that kind of my live streams were lacking, yeah, I'm more animated when it comes to like reacting to TikToks, because let's be real, TikTok is a cesspool. But I think it's also, you know, one of the aspects of my masters is like wargaming, analyzing, and understanding a few things. Because I think, you know, one of the reviewers that went through my channel, both on TikTok and Twitch, ended up saying, like, hey, why don't you dumb things down? Because lo and behold, when I dumb things down at a very, very low level, people understood it. And I'm like, okay, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. And also forgive the messy hair. So before I go on my work at my other job, I grow this out. I grow this out because I don't get another opportunity to do so. So I kind of like grow everything out a little bit. And then like a few days before it's time to leave, I cut it to the exact specifications that I like. But yeah. Anyways, I hope everyone's having a good day. Just letting everyone know that's my schedule. If you just jumped in, my schedule from now for streaming for just this week, it's going to be Monday through Thursdays at 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. But also letting everyone know as well, starting next week when I move, more than likely I can only stream on the weekends. I can guarantee you on the weekends. On the weekdays, it's going to be a little shoddy. Every once in a while I can stream. But, you know, weekends I can stream. And just letting everyone know, just a heads up, it's like, look, if you drop everything and become a content creator, like, don't do that. Just don't. I know there was a lot of people that disagreed with me when it came to the TikTok ban because our livelihoods are dependent on it. And like, that's the thing. It's like, do not just jump everything into content creating if you just join. Because it's like, why would you do that? Like, have at least a backup plan in case things go south. Now, before I get into the show for today, just letting everyone know about the following disclaimer I always give. Everything you see here is my own opinion, not anyone else's. It is not a reflection of the Department of Defense, not a reflection of the United States Army. It is all my personal and my own personal beliefs. That's all it is. It's not representative of anybody else. These are my own personal views, not anybody else's. That being said, let's just jump right into the show. I will say this though, I am very, very grateful for that content creator who looked through my stuff because it's really been helping me out. Like looking at here, because it's been awkward because I've been doing this a lot. Now, granted, I got my TikTok down here and I got this up here, so it's been kind of like looky up and down, looky up and down, you know? Let me just make sure at least my audio, okay, at least the audio on my mic. You know, one of the biggest complaints that I heard is that a lot of people just can't hear me. So we had to fix that. We had to fix the mic. So I had to make sure like the music's down super, super low, so everyone could hear me. I mean, my first few streams, I mean, like, my mic was horrible. Well, I didn't have this thing. I needed this. I needed this mic. I needed other avenues of approach of, like, how am I going to, like, fix the audio, the lighting. See, here's the thing. With the lighting where I am, and given the fact that I'm out of here next week, like, that, unfortunately, that glare is going to be there. Now, come next week, I'm investing in some blackout curtains so we can really stream. But, you know, I digress. This is my Twitch channel. If you are not following, you should follow it. I think, you know, one of the things I always say, every stream I dedicate at least the next stream gets a little better and gets a little better and gets a little bit better. This stream, what made this a little bit better is the fact that I'm adding panels to it. You know, there's a lot of bots on Twitch. That I did not realize. When I first joined, I thoroughly read through some of the stuff, and they flat out said that they do not play around when it comes to bots, or if you do that follow for follow thing, like, they're going to delete the channel. Like, they will pull it. And it, like, Twitch takes the longest to build. So this is a little bit about me. So if you don't know, I got my master's degree at Johns Hopkins University in government with an interest in security studies. I think that was the official interest. I know it's like security studies, defense studies. I need to relook at that. I got my bachelor's degree at California State University, Los Angeles, business administration, interest is in pre-law. My master's thesis should have been published by the Johns Hopkins website by now. I need to go look that up again. And I was one of the top political activists from 2016 to 2020. Fun times. Fun times. This over here is my TikTok account. You can feel free to go ahead, give me a follow. If you're on Twitch, follow it. And if you're on TikTok, give me a like and a follow if you are there. Oh my gosh, I am so horrible. I just realized something. You know, I just realized So I had like a little homework assignment from that content creator where it's like, you need to make more social media accounts to get your name out there. And I did. Well, actually, I've had it for a while, but the only difficulty that I've had is that I like looked online like help to build my social media. When it comes to my Instagram, here, let me go right here. Now, on a side note, I am almost at the halfway point for hitting the creative, well, they're renaming it, but the creator beta program on TikTok. I am so excited. I'm so happy because once you hit 10,000, that's when you start getting paid per thousands of views. Now, so this is where it is right now, currently live, as suggested. This is what it is. This is what it looks like. This video is just growing. Like I don't know what my opinion. When I give thoughtful analysis, it kind of goes down. But like when I give my opinion and kind of go in RAM mode, it does hit. And this one did pretty well. So I'm excited that I'm hitting like going past sometimes the 300 jail view. But it's been working. I've been excited over it. Here's the thing. TikTok is mostly bots. Like it's mostly bots. Because here's the thing. When I see content creators on here that have like millions of followers, millions of views on TikTok, it doesn't translate well outside. Like if you're TikTok famous, I try to look at your other social media accounts like YouTube or any other stuff. Like it doesn't go translate well. Here is the Instagram account. I haven't posted here in a while. Ugh, need to do that. But so I looked online for help to like help build my social media. Like I was willing to pay and to invest in a company or like at least somebody that can help me out. I'm like not paying for bot followings. So this person guaranteed it, right? Well, the problem is he filled it with bots, and so I'm like, ugh, should I make a new one? Should I clean it? I'm still deciding. More than likely, I might have to delete this so I can make a new one. I do have a blog I haven't posted in forever. This is my YouTube account. So far, it's just shorts. You can see all my previous lives on here. I've re-uploaded them as such. You can see all this. Yep. It's been re-uploaded. And that's been all my social media accounts. So if you're not following me, go ahead and give me a follow. Or subscribe on YouTube, depending on how it is. Bloop. Alright, so now before I get into my niche, I always say this to people. You got to take breaks from social media. This is why. Woke people are more likely to be unhappy, anxious, and depressed than new studies suggest. Now, I don't like it when they're throwing like, "Oh, you're woke, you're woke." I don't like that. Like it's just like it's like insulting, because like we need to be more specific with our terms. Like, what do you mean by woke? Is ignorance bliss? And so pretty much, you know, just a summary, a recap of this. I mean, you should really read it. It's pretty interesting. Here's the thing. The pilot survey included 851 adult participants who were associated with the University of Turku. After refining the initial scale, the studies was expanded for a national sample of 5,000 participants. In the end, their final critical social justice attitude scale identified 7 truisms of woke people. And so here it is. I'm not going to say it because it might violate Twitch terms of service. Studies were quite robust with a sample size. However, the scale will need to be validated by North American samples. So, I mean, let's go over here. I mean, here's one of the reasons why. And, like, I've been on TikTok, and I can kind of see this myself. There are problems out there that can't be solved with simple solutions. And I think, if you disagree with me, feel free to comment. When it comes to individuals that are more on the left in regards to social justice and whatnot, they see a problem that can be solved with a simple solution. And there's frustration trying to solve the problem. That's what I've noticed, at least with the conversations that I've had with people on Twitch, on TikTok, some of my personal friends closely that are, you know, on the left. I feel like there's a lot of frustration when it comes to trying to solve social issues or complex geopolitical issues, which is one of the reasons why I made this channel, because it's like, okay, come on now. You cannot just simply, like, it's way more, I wish it was easier said than done when it comes to some of these problems. That's what at least I say. But yeah, at least, like, for the love of God, take care of yourself mentally. Like, get off of social media, go outside into the real world. You'll see, like, social media is not an indication of real life. If you were on TikTok, you would probably assume that most people are pro-Palestinian. Actually, no. Percentage of Americans that support. So I remember when this came out, man, everybody was like, So that was a Reuters poll. Where the heck was it? Where was it? Okay, let me see if this is the link to or towards it. Gallup poll. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go right to the source of it all. Americans divided over U.S. involvement in the Middle East. I swear to God, if this is a paywall. 41% Americans saying doing the right amount. 39% not enough. 19% too much. You add that all together, that's 80% that's either in full support or wants more. Like, look at this. Americans divided over the Israel-Hamas conflict. If you went onto TikTok right now, I kid you not, just make the TikTok account, just scroll through it, you'd... If I were to, like, gauge, like, okay, is TikTok, like, indication of real life? I would just look at this and I'm like, bro, everyone's pro-Palestine, but, like, this poll, I mean, just outside in general. I mean, here's the thing. I don't know if anyone's been noticing this. The protests are getting smaller, and they're getting smaller, and they're getting smaller, and they're getting smaller. Honestly, I mean, people got upset when I said activism is a trend. I mean, on it, like, you know, Kony 2012, that's probably one of the best examples I can give. When Kony 2012 broke out, I remember being, well, I was in high school. So I was in high school when Kony 2012 broke out, and everybody was like, oh my God, we need to stop this guy and everything. But the problem is that, well, how do you stop him? Raise awareness and all this other stuff, but, you know, social media wasn't that, well, it was there, but it wasn't as big as it is now. It was just for show, honestly. You couldn't do much. And it didn't help the fact that the guy had a mental breakdown and he was naked, you know, he was naked all over San Francisco? No, San Diego. Now, I obviously can't show that because it's a violation of terms of service, but, you know, I digress. In the long run, take care of yourself. And so here's the thing. So I follow him on Instagram. So his analysis of acknowledging how effed up the world is upsetting. So I was like, yeah, we have every right to be unhappy, anxious, and depressed. I mean, if you were on your phone, if you're on... I'm gonna grab my iPad. If I was on this thing 24/7, of course I'm gonna be upset. Of course I'm gonna be depressed, because the problem is, it's like, the only news that ever really is pushed out is negative news, because it gets more clicks, it gets more likes. You know, TikTok, the more crazier you are, like the more the more emotional you are, the more it's gonna push out your videos. And that's the thing where it's like, you know, it does get clicks and views. Negative views does get clicks and views. Very rarely does everyone push positive news. It doesn't. I mean, you'd probably think online it's like, this is the worst time to ever live. Like, oh my God, life is so depressing. Like, no, it is. I'd argue it isn't. That's what I would argue, at least. But yeah, mental health is a major aspect of content creating, of work. Just get out, like, turn off the laptop, turn off the phone. I mean, I told everybody, yeah, I'm leaving next week, but I'm probably going to stop streaming on Thursday. Because it's like, you know what? I'm going to at least have that weekend just to relax, be with my family before it's time to head on out. All right, let's get into it. So, you know, I do my TikTok reacts, but I think this one's going to be a little bit different because I would kind of like shotgun blast it when it came to news. I think, honestly, explaining strategies in like a lower layman's terms, I think that would help out more, at least for this content. We'll see how it goes. Gosh. So here's the thing. 17 seconds. Obviously, like, you cannot explain the conflict in a short video. Doesn't stop people, but yeah. Oh, hold up. Alright, here we go.
Palestine. Like, are they just waiting until they all die? And then what? Give them Remembrance Day? Pretend like no one knew? Like, what the fuck? I don't know a lot about history, but is Israel extremely powerful or something? Why can't they be stopped?
Alright, let's play one more. I don't want to keep watching this because more than likely he's probably going to show something that's going to violate terms of service.
Honestly, what is going to be done about Palestine? Like, are they just waiting until
Is that it?
they all die? And then what? Give them Remembrance?
Why is that like that? Okay. Anyways, here's my thing where it's like, back in the original part of the stream, I said, complex problems require complex solutions. Like, this is a multi-layered issue. As someone like, so I'm actually preparing for a debate, assuming this person agrees. Hopefully we'll see. Is Israel an apartheid state? Now for me, it's like I have to do my own research. I have to do my own fact digging. Just like, so I got the announcement of the invite for the debate today. Just today alone, I'm just reading through all of this, and even I'm looking at this and I'm like, no wonder, like, I can't even like look at this and I'm like, how the hell do I solve this, you know? And when it comes to like stuff like this,
Pretend like no one knew? Like, what the fuck?
here's the thing: everybody has short attention spans thanks to social media. They're just gonna wait until people stop caring. A lot of people are upset with the Ukraine and Russia war, but a lot of people, like, honestly don't really talk about it that much. I mean, oh, sorry. So, you know, I don't like it when people block the road, but I can understand and see the rationale behind it, where it's like they're trying to raise awareness because people are like forgetting about a few things. And, you know, that's the hard part of being an activist. You gotta, like, you know, get them to care, and a lot of people don't. I guarantee you this. Give it what? All right, we're already 2 years into the Ukraine war. I'd honestly give it 6 more months from now, assuming, well, so currently Benjamin Netanyahu actually okayed for the current operation in Rafah to keep going. I'd say give it maybe 6 more months, maybe honestly a year. All this hype is just gonna, because there's gonna be new stuff to care about. More than likely, honestly, I mean, I mentioned it before, when Donald Trump does win the election, everyone's gonna throw this out the window. We'll see. We'll see. That's my assumption. My opinion.
Actually, it's you and I.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this up front. I am so happy because here's the thing. I've been jumping around streams where it's like, oh, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow on TikTok. So I was like, I know for a fact on TikTok, and this is the reason why I can't say it here. If you say the G word on TikTok, yeah, you're gonna get hit with a flag or a ban. But with Twitch, it doesn't. So at least I'm grateful for that. But I will tell you this: your account can get pulled if you deny it. So I have to talk to my friend about this, because if I ever hosted a debate, if I got on here and I said that, oh, it isn't, someone can pull the account saying that I'm engaging in denialism. And boom, the account's gone, my social media's gone. They can do that.
That are funding this genocide.
Okay, hold up. It's just really gross to call someone the lesser of two evils when they are literally funding a... Ugh, yeesh.
You comfortable admitting that? Are you comfortable admitting?
Shalom, Chaverim. What's the point of this?
Let me click on this. Let's go to the
Actually,
other
it's you and I that are funding this genocide. Are you comfortable admitting that? Are you comfortable admitting that you...
Wait a minute, is this... Hold up. I want to see something. Because, like, so I was, like, preparing stuff to, like, save it up. Is this guy pro-Pally? I think he's pro-Pally. Okay, you know what? Let's watch this.
You and I have been funding various genocides our entire lives in the global south and reaping the benefits thereof economically. Both you and I are no angels. We both reap the benefits of American imperialism.
Ugh. Here's the thing. Every time I get on here, they always have to hit like one of the buzzwords. Imperialism, one of them. Like, okay, what's the what was? No, I don't care about that. Where was? I want to see the context of the video. God, sometimes I hate this.
Every single day, sitting here in the comfortable confines of our country, shielded by the military-industrial complex.
Okay, so here's the thing. Not necessarily in regards to that. America's geography is perfect to prevent any sort of land invasion. Okay, missiles and ICBMs are another question. But because of America's geography, it's going to be untouched from war. Like, nothing can hit it. Okay, we got Russia, China, Iran, North Korea. Those were the 4 major main state actors. Assuming they have the Navy capabilities to combine together and send it to America, they get sunk down immediately. Because we have Pacific Ocean to the west, Atlantic to the east. We have Canada up north, and we have Mexico and South America down in south. No one's going to try anything. It's not necessarily the military-industrial complex. I mean, here's the thing. I actually had to research on like what that is. It's really like, oh my god. I'm curious to hear other people's definitions as to how they define it, because I guarantee you it's not necessarily what you think.
So pardon me if your judgment upon me doesn't really mean
And plus, if I ever engaged in a debate, I'd probably ask him who coined the first term. Where did it come from? Because I'm curious to see what they would say.
a whole lot. If you don't want to cast a vote in solidarity
Is this guy? Oh wait.
with Palestinians, I respect that.
Okay, here's the thing. Regardless of whoever wins, everybody in Gaza is screwed. Like, there's only two other options in the United States election of 2024: President Biden or former President Trump. Either way, it's not gonna end well. Now, granted, with current President Biden, and again, I always give this disclaimer: these are my own opinion, my own views, and I'm not going to disparagingly talk on negatively towards anyone. President Biden's State of the Union address, he specifically stated he supports a two-state solution. Currently, right now, ain't nobody gonna be happy with that. Also, the second one, he said that he would build a temporary port into Gaza. Now, that's going on. That's happening right now as we speak. Here's the thing. We are in March right now, so what? April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. You got 8 months. 8 months to deliver as much aid as possible to millions of people. You see what I mean? And the thing is, it's a temporary port. More than likely, because it's temporary, either they anticipate that the conflict is going to be over one way or the other. That's what I can currently see it right now at the moment.
I wouldn't judge you for that. But judging me for looking at Biden and Trump and saying, yeah, Biden, unfortunately, is the lesser of two evils.
Sorry. That's that's the thing that for me, I don't understand when it comes to progressives. Like, we're never going to vote for Biden because Biden supports, the G word. President Biden called for a two-state solution. Compared to President Trump, former President Trump, who specifically stated, and you know what? Because I have to, it never really occurred to me to actually pull this up. Trump, finish. Yeah, here it is. Assuming, yeah. Former President U.S. Trump said on Sunday he would advise Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. I swear we got another paywall. That is boo. I honestly hate paywalls because it really does limit you into what you can stream. Why did it get dark all of a sudden? Now it gets dark. If Biden is elected, it's going to be a blood. Okay. Now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. There's going to be the least of it. There's going to be a bloodbath for the country. If you, no, that's not what I'm looking up for. I'm looking for when he said. I'm looking for the moment when he says, "Let them finish it." Finish the job, Israel. Because he said this a few weeks ago. It literally went by under anyone's radar. And I'm so surprised that it did. I think Rolling Stones is free. But yeah, no, President Trump said he would let Israel finish the job. I mean, either way, it's not going to end well. And here's my thing. I was having a discussion about this with my friend. This is why President Biden's chances for re-election aren't looking good, because the progressive vote, like this right here, they're splitting right now. Granted, with the right, you do have some sort of fracturing, but compared to this, when they made that big of a dent, you do have never-Trumpers. I think they're still around, but the never-Trumpers are making that big of a dent because compared to former President Trump and President Biden, former President Trump has a cult-like following. I'm not saying that's every person that's pro-Trump. Do not get it twisted. What I am saying that there's more fervor for President Trump from his supporters rather than President Biden.
Pardon me if your judgment just doesn't mean a whole lot when the only thing you're sacrificing is what? Not voting? It's our tax dollars that have been funding this occupation.
I'm curious to see, because here's the thing. When I initially reacted to this, it was right here. I want to see what he says.
Actually, it's you and I that are funding this genocide. Are you comfortable admitting that? Are you comfortable admitting?
Shalom, Chaverim. What's the point of this video? I'm genuinely curious because you basically spend however much time responsible for genocides, and I've bet you should probably turn yourself into The Hague. This conference on product, if you think it's that bad, then I think you should right? You're just acknowledge how shitty your person in this really shitty behavior, but I'm also going to say how much better
That's the thing. This is the thing.
than you are.
There's moral superiority when you get on TikTok. Like, I'm morally superior because I'm not voting. I'm morally superior because, like, I'm voting for President Biden. I'm morally superior because I profess. I'm like, oh my god, like, the amount of smugness that I've seen on this app alone drives me insane. And that's why I'm kind of diverting moving my content away from just mostly TikTok reacts into, like, actual stuff that I do want to talk about. Because the problem is like, okay, how am I going to break through? Because if I had analysis normally on here, let's be real, I would just be dead in the water. I would. It sucks. It really does. Having discussions, debate, dialogue is way more fun than just getting brain rot from TikTok. It honestly is. I got friends that are pro-Palestine. I love to have them on here. I love to talk about it. I like people that I could talk with and disagree. It is much more harder to be friends with an individual. Like, let's say you're friends with somebody. It's much more harder to debate them than it is to debate a stranger. Because with a stranger, you're like, oh, screw you and all this other stuff. With a friend, it's not like that at all. There's no hostilities. So you have to rely on your argument, your facts, your evidence, your analysis, all that other stuff. It's more fun that way. Most people can't do that. It's a tragedy, but, you know, it's realism. Okay, go away. TikTok. TikTok.
I can't remember a time where the
Okay,
government said something about the terrorists.
Oh wait, this is old. Again, like smug. Oh, whatever. I'm not even gonna watch that. We're already halfway through the show, anyways. Oh, so
Hi, good
okay.
evening.
Okay. Here's my thing. I've seen like people protest to their state government, to their city councils, asking for a resolution of a ceasefire. And some people have passed it. State and local government cannot do anything about military affairs. They can't. And my thing is this, is like, okay, I appreciate the energy. Like, here's the thing. Nobody, when it comes to state and local, like, people need to differentiate what the state and local government can do versus what the federal government can do. I don't think people know the difference. I really don't. Because my thing is this, when it comes, I bag on everybody, left, right, center, everybody can come get the smoke. I don't care. Even though I would consider myself somewhat conservative, there's sometimes when they mess up, and this is one of them. So, when conservatives kept pushing against the anti-LGBT stuff, they're against, you know, the education, trans rights, all this other stuff. They were looking to the federal government, trying to get individuals elected into the federal government, like senators, representatives, voted in to try and stop the education. They had no responsibility. They can't do much. Because if you know your stuff, education is handled at the state and local level. Now, if they went after the state and local level, that's a big story. That's why when the whole Next Benedict happened, unfortunately when Next was, you know, deleted, that's why that there was a big hubbub in regards to the school board. Because the school can do something about that. Here's the thing. I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh. Why are we going to a school board to ask for a ceasefire? If you went to the federal government, that's a different story. At least they can actually do something. But to a school board? What school board is this even anyways? Is this in California? Why do I have a feeling this is in California? School State Board. Cease. Why do I have a feeling this is in California? This is California! Of course they're gonna whatever. Let's just watch it.
My name is Alejandra, and I'm here to bring awareness that we send a lot of money to Israel, and we
Not the school board. The school board doesn't send any money there.
should stop sending so much money for things like that because we need it.
Now, I'm gonna say this. Hey, political gamer, what's up? Now, I'm gonna say this. If there was education about Israel and Palestine at the school level, then you can do some damage. But when it comes to asking for a ceasefire from the school board, they can't do much. I mean, assuming they said yes.
Sorry, I need to stop you if this is not about board business.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
Children, well then please direct it back to that.
Okay, so
Thank you.
the money that we're sending over there could be used for the teachers.
Look, I've been in it. Like, I was a school teacher for a year and a half. I am all for giving teachers raises because I'll be honest with you, the kids are really, really out of control. You know what I mean?
Okay, and for the students, and for mental health, and
Okay, I'm just gonna say this up front. As someone who used to be a school teacher, there are some people that should not be parents. There are some people that should not have had children because what they do, like they think they're doing the right job parenting, but the child is so traumatized by whatever's going on through the lack of parenting, they get pushed to the school, and by the time they get in the classroom, it's the teacher's problem. And when the teacher tries to correct or fix things, then then the teacher gets crapped on. Problem's not fixed, and so it's just there. I mean, for me, it's like I have been confronted several times by parents where it's like, I don't appreciate your tone. And I've had other teachers in the same room ask, what do you mean? And no response.
there's so much for the city. We should stop wasting it on a foreign country that is committing a genocide
Ask the U.S. federal government, not the state and local.
and give it to our teachers instead. Thank you.
Kenneth T,
This is why I'm saying this is all performance. This is all like me, you know?
followed by Eric Shamp, followed by Nicole H.
We're not even going to watch this whole thing, honestly, because it's the same brain rot again.
Everyone, my name is. I graduated from Chino High School in 2013 with ACT for all. Lastly,
Because I know this guy was the same thing.
Board has business in.
They don't have business in this.
On it. We have a government code. We run a school district. If you have something that has to do with other parts of the government, I encourage you to go over to them. Ceasefires.
Okay, no, let her finish. Let her
I
finish.
will not allow that here. Sorry.
so
They can't allow it because they can't do anything about it.
other school boards have passed ceasefire resolutions, including Ann Arbor, for example, and I ask that you.
Okay, let's look that up. See, the best part about these TikTok reacts, I can actually look this up in real time. Ann Arbor, ceasefire, school. What school? A public school in Michigan approves a resolution calling for a ceasefire while encouraging its teachers to discuss the conflict in the classrooms following an emotionally charged meeting on Wednesday. Okay, I didn't. When I was doing my undergrad, I did not like it. I hated undergrad for this reason and this reason alone. I did not like it when this teacher got up in there and went on a rant for like 30 to 40 minutes. I'm like, hey, I'm paying for this. I need to know what's on the test. I need to know how to pass this class. I hear your opinion. I'm willing to engage it. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, it's like, bro, come on. I'm here for something else. I did not like it. And that's unprofessional. Like, for me, I'd love to be a college professor if I could. I was unfortunately given the heads up from some other college professors that doesn't work out as well as I thought it would, but, you know, that's what it is. Having discussions is important. I do not trust teachers to take care of that discussion well.
Follow their example.
Again,
take a
if you're
stance.
going to continue, I'm going to ask you to leave, and your time's up.
Ha!
So choose to do something about the school district. That's not.
Why do I have a feeling these are all parents? This is giving parent energy. It really is. May I ask what you do now? Oh, so currently I am a caretaker for my brother. That's one of the reasons why I stay at home a lot. Yes, job wise. So I used to be a teacher. So after my undergrad, I used to be a teacher. Then I used to, here's the thing. I graduated college of 2019. And you can see where this is going. So I graduated in 2019. Became a school teacher for a year and a half. I wanted to pursue my master's. So I did that and I got online gigs. So my first online job was with COVID Clinic, and that company went down under because, you know, COVID is not as big as it was before thanks to the vaccinations. Then after that, I was kind of like a secretary-ish for a nonprofit. And then after that, I started working at a candy store. I was an associate manager for that. I also have another job part-time. I don't talk about that here for obvious reasons because, well, I keep that separate from what I do. If you come to the beginning of the video, you will see why to my streams. Anything I say here is a reflection of my own, not in the Department of Defense. And that disclaimer is also included on top of my TikTok bio.
Business of the board. The board does not handle any guys, and I will not allow any.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to work for a company called Sugarfina. It was a really good company. I liked it. Yeah, I used to like it. I mean, you know, and I also so in college I used to be a political activist. I was from 2016 to 2015 to 2019 I was a political activist. I was very 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 conservative, very very conservative. Then I got it out of my system, and then I went from, you know, I want to say demagogue. That's horrible. I was someone who was very very in an echo chamber on the right. Come my junior and senior year, that's when I really started to get into activism, and I learned a lot of things. I was invited to the White House 2 times. Yeah, I went to the White House 2 times. Saw a lot of major, prominent Republican figures. I will say this though, nobody talks about this. President Trump is really tall. Like, I'm 6 foot. He's way taller than that.
More speakers in regards to asking for a ceasefire. That has to stop right now. So.
Okay, wait. I want to see how this ends.
Funds is very relevant to the issues that are being
not with what you're.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my god, I'm getting flashbacks being a teacher again because I got to deal with this.
Board.
If you allow me to finish,
I will. But you were also talking.
So if you just jumped in, there is a difference between state and local government versus federal government. The federal government, if the U.S. federal government advocated for a ceasefire, that could actually do something. State and local officials can't, especially school board members. Like, okay, we called for a ceasefire. Now what? Like, you gotta, pressuring the federal government is one thing. So I've seen what are they, Code Pink? Like, they're like talking to Senate, well, more like harassment. They're going to the senators like, oh, why aren't you asking for a ceasefire? Why aren't you asking for a ceasefire?
Talking about something.
That's more effective than this, and that's not even as effective.
Yeah, the board hasn't.
I think
no
the way our
jurisdiction.
tax dollars is spent and what it funds is
Complain to your state senator. Complain to like the local representative.
very relevant to the issues that are being
Not
talked
with
about
what you're
today.
asking for.
I swear to God, everybody in this line failed the government class. I guarantee you that.
Asking for the genocide stuff, and that has nothing to do with the school board.
If I could please
They cut the mic.
amendment right here, I would
Time, place, and manner.
appreciate it. We are spending billions of tax dollars.
Oh, okay. Here's the thing. The mic is, sorry, the mic is cut, but you can hear her clear as day. She's screaming. She is loud.
To fund a genocide. And we can't
I want to see something actually. Hold up. Everybody in the line was gonna say the same thing again and again and again and again and again. Like, after a certain point, it just gets annoying. How does this end?
Marie G, followed by Mark.
Probably got boring after. That's why they got rid of it. Oh well. But yeah, there's a difference between state and local government. Oh my god. Woo, this debate. I find it a travesty. I'm 27 years old. We can disagree on things. I am more civil than I've had conversations that's way more civil than this. More than likely, who said it? Yeah, so Destiny Simonelli. It was like, you're just doing this to get TikTok clips. I guarantee you he did. Because all this crap is going on TikTok. I feel it's like this. So on YouTube, they're saying that Destiny and this side won. But if you're on TikTok, the other side won. I forgot what debate that was. There was a presidential debate where if you saw it on the TV, you thought one guy won it, but if you just listen to the radio, the other guy won it. And I feel like that's like kind of the difference between platforms.
Mr. Farrelly, I'm going to ask you again.
genocide. Yes.
Please stop displaying your imbecility.
Okay.
Imbecility ain't even a... Oh my god. Bro, I wish I was on there. Is this even a word? Imbecility. I don't even think that's it. Is it a word? I guess it is a word. I stand corrected. The quality of state of being very stupid or foolishness. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry if you think the declaration of the judge is imbecile.
Don't put on public display that
Bro, dude, you got gray hairs and you're acting like this. That is a shame.
you're a moron. At least have the self-possession.
The second you start getting ad hominem, like when I was an activist and, you know, sometimes here, the second we go ad hominem, that's when I know you're cornered and you don't got anything.
To shut up. Yes!
And then it's just weird memes that come up. Like here, I didn't think that was like true. Like, oh, you're just doing it for TikTok clips. I can see what he means by that now. No, I'm not watching the whole thing, but you know what I mean. So this is a content creator. We're pretty on the chill side. If you want to watch the video, go ahead. But Arizona drag for okay, we need to watch this. Cause It's not Arizona drag show for Palestine. Oh my god. See, there are moments where you just gotta like. So back in the beginning of the stream, people that are more socially woke are more depressed because they see stuff like this, and I don't blame them. But there's, you got to take a step back sometimes and just laugh. Drag performer Daddy Satan, who describes herself as a proud biracial pansexual chameleon drag demon, announced via Instagram that the local bookstore has canceled its drag show for Palestine. The event, which includes performers of Piss Understood and Jacob the Box, was originally intended on March 16th. Drag community as we calibrate in solidarity for Palestine. Hold up, wait. If this is the performer I think it is, I need to look at it first. I just need to look. Okay, cool. Because I thought I would see something that's, not Twitch appropriate. A lot of them, why don't you do the show with Palestine and see what they think of you? I don't need to go to another country and see how they may treat queers. The way they treat queer people in America is like, that doesn't just like. Okay, I'm gay. Okay, just if you don't know, now you know. Within the LGBT community, there is a lot of criticism about LGBT individuals that are on the right leaning, that are independent, or that are conservative, pretty much that people that aren't left. And the argument that I always hear is like, oh, why are you like not voting for your self-interest? Like, why are you going against people? Like, why are you voting for hyenas and the hyenas are eating your face? Yeah, well, some people don't know. Some people don't know. But then like, oh, why are you voting for like the party of the hyenas that are eating your face and you're surprised they're eating your face? I'm like, okay, I don't agree with that, but like, here's the thing: keep that standard consistent is all I ask. Oh, thank you, political gamer. All I ask is that you keep it consistent. Like, if you're gonna have that same energy towards that, why doesn't it apply here? Oh well, because I can stand with individuals that in solidarity. Now, I'm gonna say this: some of the stuff that look at what Israel does in regards to that, like, here's the thing: Israel is aware. Okay, so I have to hold up. I have to come back here because there's a photo of John Cena naked that's gonna violate the thing. My opinion on George Santos, he's he's interesting. I don't know any of his policies because that's the thing. Every time when I hear of George Santos, every time when he's on the news, it's always some weird stuff that comes out. Because I remember when he was when I got out that George Santos did drag. Ooh, he got dragged. Literally. I mean, claims that he performed in drag. You know what? Here's the thing. I'm actually going to look at his policies, honestly, because I mean, is George Santos openly gay? Hold up. Was the first Republican to be openly LGBT before being elected to Congress? Dang. Well, go you for shattering that glass ceiling for us. Yay. Ran for the U.S. House of Representatives, but was defeated. Much of his biography appears to be fabricated. Santos admitted to having lied about his education and employment history. Oh yeah, he's screwed. What's his policies, positions? That's what I want to know. Elections, campaign. What's his policies? Yes, he's running for real. I mean, here's the thing. It's like, this sounds horrible. I'm just in it for the entertainment when it comes to him. Because okay, here we go. Aligned himself with former President Donald Trump. Held by conservative Walk Away Foundation that encouraged members of the LGBTQ community to leave the Democratic Party. Okay, that backfired tremendously. Not necessarily because of that, but because Republicans have really taken a hard approach, not towards the LGB. It's more of the T and the Q. That's why you see a lot of individuals that are on the right, center leaning. They're like, oh, LGB without the TQ. I don't agree with that. Personally, for me, it's like, okay, they're part of their community. I don't think we should shun them. Claimed to have formed a group and asked Blair White how she could help advocate trans people for not having followed the narrative. Santos attended a rally outside where Trump was. Santos has called police Santos has called police brutality a made-up concept. Ouch. Santos also called abortion barbaric and compared it to Jesus H. After October 7th on the attack, I think every inch of the United States at this point should be mapped out and completely checked. I don't care if we go into police state. Oh my God, ouch. No, that I don't agree with. I mean, people should have the right to, people have the First Amendment right. We should not trample on individuals' rights to free speech. I mean, is that it? I'm pretty sure he has other positions, but like, that's the thing. I don't know what his other positions are. Positions. No, maybe this? No. Okay, here we go. Maybe this might work. Okay, abortion, pro-life. Do you generally support pro-life legislation? Okay, so if it's inferred, okay, half is inferred, blank is unknown, full is official. Do you support expanding federal funding? Okay, I can see that. Do you support no? Do you support protection of? Okay, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Do you support federal spending? Okay, I'm cool with that. Cool with that. Economy. Do you support the federal government? Okay, I'm cool with that. Cool with that. I mean, I guess so. Immigration. I guess most of my policies positions align with him. But this I want to know. Man, I respect you so much. I ask questions to better understand. Yeah, no worries. I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. Like, for me, I'm kind of like politically homeless. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, because I would say I'm like 85, 90% on the right. But when it comes to like social issues, when it comes to like abortion, when it comes to LGBTQ stuff, I'm pro LGBTQ stuff. I believe that there should be education. And here's the thing, I firmly believe. So sometimes I get flack about this about other conservatives. When it comes to sex education, it needs to be early now, honestly. It has to be early. When I downloaded TikTok, there are so many, like... Let me see if you're tracking what I'm saying. There are so many PDF files. I can't say the word because I'm gonna get hit. But there are so many PDF files on social media where it's like, okay, you gotta... we need to let the children be aware. Because here's the thing. Do you see this right here? Back then, before social media, if you're a teenager, I mean, let's be real, if you want to watch pornography, you had to like get the magazine, you gotta find it, you gotta hide it, do all this other stuff. Just Google search it, honestly, now. Because children have access to this information, they need to be more aware of certain things. And when it comes to like transgenderism and education, I fully agree. I fully actually support that. When it comes to like, okay, here's the thing. I understand certain ages. I can understand that argument. When it comes to medically transitioning, for me, I'm still on the fence about it because I've read, so the studies that I've read in regards to transgenderism, so diagnosing it criteria, not a lot of people talk about that. There's a diagnosable criteria. I want to know if some people that, that are detransitioners, if they went through the right process. When it comes to puberty blockers, I know the United Kingdom stopped doing that, so I'm curious to see why. For me, it's like, look, when you turn 18, I don't care what you do. Whatever you do with your life is your responsibility. As a parent, if your child is transgendered and you want to support their transition, it's your child. It's your life. It's not the government's life. Now, obviously, blanket statement, there are cases that I have seen, I don't know how prevalent it is, where the parents push or like deny that individual's right to transition, which I don't think that is cool. I mean, tangent, as a parent where it's like, there's some times where it's like, dude, I cannot imagine myself being a parent because, at some point, like the kid's going to do whatever the kid wants, whatever it may be. Did we preset this right? So yeah, but, going back to this where it's like, why, like, there was a TikTok video. I cannot find it. I should have saved it. Where this individual was saying, so there's rallies. This was like around like November, December when like the protests were at its kind of like its peak. There was content creator who was super upset, and she said the following: why was there so many Muslims upset that a queer Palestinian got on stage and started speaking? I'm like, differences in culture. What did you expect? I have friends that are Muslim, and we disagree on a lot of things. When it comes to their faith and their culture, they really, trust me, like, not favorably looked upon. And one thing I don't understand is this: the amount of disrespect I've seen to the. Okay, let me hit the starting screen. Okay. I respect people that I disagree with. Got ahead. Okay, hey, yeah, political gamer. Thank you for dropping by. Have a good dinner. Here's my thing: Palestinian flag. This was the most disrespectful thing I have ever seen in my damn life. Where was it? This right here. This was so disrespectful. Why would you do this? Right here. Like, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was fake news. But why would you do this? Like, I consider that disrespect. Especially with a country that is very, very not okay with LGBT due to religious and cultural reasons. I find that disrespectful, honestly. That's not cool. And here's the thing. Okay, so this is where I kind of like, even though I do have my own biases, I do identify as pro-Israel. I'll let you know this up front. When the Mossad and other intel agencies, they are aware that in Palestine, in the West Bank, and in Gaza, that if you are gay or LGBT, if they get their hands on that information, that they have hard proof that you belong there in that category, you're gonna be at their mercy and bidding. And if you don't tell you what they want, they're gonna out you. I mean, it's not that, like, you know what I mean? It's like, here's the thing. There are individuals that are pro-Israeli. They're like, you know, like, it's more pro-gay than Palestine. I mean, yeah, true. But the thing is, they're going to use that to their advantage. I mean, they're not exactly like, look, if they know that they have a death penalty, they have people that are specifically looking through individuals that might be there, and then they're threatening to dox them if they don't work for them intel-wise. Like, war is hell. That's all I'm going to say. And if you, like, here's the thing. I know in my stream, if you just joined, like, this was all called TikTok Reacts. I kind of go on my sidelines, and then I kind of, like, do what I've been doing best. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, it's like, look, if you want to talk about something, we can talk about it. You can control, you, my audience, whether you're on TikTok, whether you're on Twitch, you can control the stream and how it goes. So, let's go back to the live. So, let's get to the meat and bones and potatoes of what I do best. So, I'm sorry. I thought I heard something behind me. I'm like, oh, no. I hate these dumb ads. Hold up. Wait, no. Let's go back. I'm having better control switching scenes. I love this. So, I fully think that YouTube picks the worst ads to play, so it just pisses you off. So here, let me go back to the live screen. So this has been the main issue. This has been one of the main issues in regards to China invading Taiwan. Because here's the thing. Ukraine went down. Middle East went down. Niger is going down. Haiti is going down. Armenia, like, when the United States is in an election year, I hope you've noticed this, 2024, everyone is losing, like, everyone is taking advantage of this as much as they can. I mean, throughout American history, every time when there's an election year, this is kind of the downsides of being in a democratic society. When it comes time to switch out the administration with a different one, whether it be, you know, same Democrats or, you know, Republicans or maybe even a new independent party, we'll see. But that is the time for individual state actors, non-state actors to kind of do their thing. And this is one of them.
What you're seeing are training drills performed by the Chinese and Taiwanese militaries.
Okay, so wargaming. So, oh my god. Okay, we'll just let that app play. And let's go back to starting stream. So when it comes to wargaming, it's a very unique concept where you come up with a solution, like, you come up with a hypothetical situation, and you try, like, you'll be on one side, and and someone's gonna be on the other side. And you come up with the hypothetical situations as to how you're gonna move your forces and whatnot, and kind of move things around in the chessboard. It's kind of like, I grew up with Total War. Like, that was my thing. So, I used to get picked on a lot growing up. And the first thing I'd do, I'd run home. I would play Rome Total War. And that was, like, my escape. I loved every second of it. And that's sort of wargaming. If you play Total War, like, that in the sense is wargaming. So, let's go back here.
Programs to calculate combat outcomes.
This is my dream job right here. This is, like, you know, I love to do streaming on the side. I like to do other things on the side too, just for, you know, get that extra bag. But this is what I want to do.
Today, CSIS research assistant Chris Park will be helping facilitate gameplay. Players are divided into two sides. The red team represents China, the blue team represents the US and its allies. Of the 24 scenarios,
it would be better to land in the north. That's where the capital is. That's where much of the industry is. The problem is that most of the Taiwanese military capability also in the north. That makes them.
And so here's the thing. Here's a kind of the default safe back slam. Taiwan, this right here, the Three Gorges Dam. The Three Gorges Dam is a hydroelectric gravity dam that spans the Yangtze River. The world's largest power station in terms of installed capacity. This thing is big. It's so big it actually affects Earth's gravitational orbit. Now, has massive generate, can power a massive amount of power. And you see here, these are the milestones. Distribution, obviously horrible environmental impact. But why am I bringing this up? If China straight up invaded, they would have missiles targeted at the Three Gorges Dam. I don't know if they're going to talk about that, but here's the thing. Taiwan, Three Gorges Dam. And here's the thing. China cannot risk a conventional war because this is a giant target. Yeah, so here's the thing. Caspian Report. Love it. I love their infographics. They are an amazing channel.
This is a satellite.
So here's the thing. Over here. So this is their failsafe method. Should they hit, this goes bye-bye. Now, why is that important? Not only does it provide electrical output, but here. You hit this, all of this right here is, well, sure, come on now. In most simulations and war games, if you hit the Three Gorges Dam, China is screwed because you have to worry about the refugees. Now the power's gone. It's going to cause so much logistical nightmares. Now, granted, Taiwan legitimacy as a state actor is gone. But that is their failsafe method. Whether they implement it, I don't know. I hope they don't, because if they do, millions of people die.
Very difficult to invade there. Several of our teams tried to do that in some of the iterations. It was just too difficult. There were too many defending forces.
And very urbanly dense. Keep that in mind.
So most of the Chinese teams decided to land in the south. The challenge there is to occupy the country and to take the capital. They have to fight their way up the entire island.
Okay, and here's the thing. So this little strip of land over here. Geography. Here we go. Actually, wait, no. I don't like that app. I don't like that. I like this one. This topography is pretty good. You gotta cross these entire mountain ranges. So what is this? Central mountain ranges of Taiwan. You gotta cross through all of this right here, and that's gonna be a complete nightmare.
The campaign looks much like the Allied campaign in Italy during the Second World War.
But here's the thing, they cannot pull that off because in order to pull off that, they had to have Operation... What was it? What operation fooled Germans D-Day? What was it? Fortitude, yeah. They created an entire fake army thinking it was going on the other side. But with Taiwan, they are fully aware of where they can be hit. So it's all planned out and all prepared. And we got satellites too. We can give them warning.
Difficult terrain. Here we see that the Chinese have landed. First, we have troops landing on the beach. There are only a handful of good beaches on Taiwan for landing troops. These are indicated on the map. And then
I don't know, Chad, what do you think? Do you think China would be able to invade it? I would say no. The reason being is because I don't know how these specific war game situations work. For me, I would kind of argue that the internal like problems of the CCP are so vastly different. Like how do I say this? The problems with China, it's so vast and it's like problematic. Like they can't pull this off.
On the airfield, we have Chinese parachute has moved forward. Now, looking at the Chinese side, here we have a lot of change. And the big thing is that the Chinese have decided to strike Japan.
I mean, here's the thing. When you hitting all of that would knock it out of commission, but you gotta act very, very quick. And even in the long run, I don't think China will be able to survive or last. I want to see like how the last minute ends.
Because the Chinese were unable to establish them. U.S. coalition victory. It was a minor victory because it was going to take a lot of time and there was going to be a lot of damage to Taiwan, but it was a U.S. and coalition victory because the Chinese were unable to establish themselves on Taiwan, and Taiwan endured as an autonomous and democratic entity.
Although the U.S. and its allies came out on top in this scenario, the U.S. was not always successful.
There were some scenarios where the United States did lose
I'm curious
the
to hear this
conflict.
part.
A key requirement is the use of bases in Japan.
And
the United States has many bases there. If it cannot use those bases, then it has no way of getting its fighter and attack aircraft into the...
there's also more lighting. There's also, let's just switch this up a little bit. I don't know if it's cloudy or what's going on, but yeah, the lighting's all affected. We just experimented with that. There you go, much better. Yeah, no, there's more like with China's aggression in South China Sea, pushing the Philippines towards more of America. Now there's more being bases built in America, which is the problem for them at least. I don't know. Stupid Reuters. Okay, here's my thing. Where was it? Oh, here it is. So when Nancy Pelosi visited it, they actually kind of revealed what they were gonna do. I was curious to see like if they had a war gaming situation where they actually did this. Here. They hit, so this caused another Taiwan crisis strait, obviously, but you can take a look and see like there's a difference between that one and this one. So with this one, as you can clearly see, they were trying to like back off as a show of force in 1995 and 1996. However, come August 2022, what's interesting to note is that they're firing past Taiwan and also creating like this circular encirclement around Taiwan. But what's also interesting to note is their ability to shoot over Taiwan, meaning in comparison to 1995 and 1996. Now, why is this a bit red flag for the United States? Is because they have the capabilities to accurately target. Because if they shot here and this landed in Taipei where Nancy Pelosi was, that's really bad. But because they have the capabilities of pre-planned targets outside here, assuming they could do that, assuming that this wasn't like a big, you know what I mean? Like, because they can hit past the island, more than likely they're going to try and encircle it. And that's it. They'll just encircle the island and can't do anything else. Now, this is why there are U.S. troops stationed in Taiwan and other officials elected there. More than likely, I'm curious to see what the plan is around the encircling movement that they already have pre-planned. Now, here's a better question. Can they hit it? I'd argue no, because if we go, I had this pre-planned. Where is it? No. Where was it? Here it is. No, sorry. Give me 1 second. We have detected inaction from your live. It's gonna end in. All right, well, it's gonna end the live over in my TikTok, so whatever is what it is. So the same. Oh, here it is. Hold up. This is what I don't like about TikTok. It'll like literally end it. If people are lurking on Twitch, it's not gonna end. And I understand people lurk. I'm not gonna call them out. People lurk on TikTok. But if nobody comments, if nobody likes, if nobody does anything, it's gonna end the live. And I find that annoying. Like really, like come on. So on December 29th, there was like a big news report that most of the Chinese missiles were actually filled with water, not fuel. Potemkin arsenal, options for reduced nuclear risk. I want to see a rationale. On December 29th, corruption in the Chinese military rightly should raise questions about the ability to achieve military objectives and reach the great rejuvenation envisioned by Xi Jinping. Now, when Xi Jinping got his third term, meaning now like he's like 4 in until he drops, he promised 4 I remember writing about this when Warrior Insights was just a blog article. I remember he wrote about 4 things. Economy, COVID, I forgot the third one, and then the reunification of Taiwan. The only peaceful option that they had was to interfere in the election. Now that that's gone, because what was it? Because the newly elected individual of Taiwan is actually pro-American. Who did it? Who won? President... No. President Tsai was the former one. William Lai. There you go. So William Lai will be inaugurated May 20. Ooh. They might do something on that day. We will see. I'm curious to see what China's going to do. No. Here it is. I'm getting mixed up. Yeah, but that was his only way of a peaceful unification, was endorsing the other candidates that ran against him. But because that plan went into the water, now he has to actually invade. Recent news about questioning the reliability of China's missiles should not change anything about the current U.S. nuclear policy. The intent of the silos was always unclear. If anything, she has asked for a clear intent moving forward. And... Sorry, I burped. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I can see that argument. How would China take over Taiwan? These are... Oh, I swear to God. No. Don't. Sorry. Okay, good. No paywall. Just annoying. Just annoyance. You know, there's that. I probably might have a... I mean, for me, I think, unfortunately, as a result, due to my niche, one of the biggest problems in regards to it is necessarily, like, the newsability. The question, like, for me, I love reading articles, researching wargaming on current events, don't get me wrong. But the thing is, for me, what I'm still trying to find out as a content creator is that ability to analyze something while it's going on. Now, granted, the reason why I don't do that is because I have a situation with Hassan Piker. You know what? Let's actually just watch it. I mean, because I have YouTube here. I might as well actually just show you it. Let's go wait, because it's freezing. There you go. I actually made a TikTok. Well, not necessarily about this. Oh, no. No. Did anyone see that video? I found the hospital, yes. When Hassan practically lost it. And you're not even going to show it to me. Wait, hold on. Maybe Reddit might have a better way to do it. Hassan. I'm hoping Reddit has it. Bro, I just need that clip. Okay, well, I can't find it. I guess money can't buy a lot of things. But, you know, I think the second part wasn't exactly as successful as I thought it would be. Not necessarily because of analysis-wise, but I was like, nah. I need to come up with something that... I need to figure out a way where it's like I can kind of talk about the analysis and the strategy of it without being to the point, not necessarily controversial, but to the point where I'm trying to walk the tightrope of quality scholarly analysis versus the clickability. I feel like there's so many clickability. Like, I feel like it's become like this. Finding that balance is difficult because my best video on TikTok is mostly about my opinion, where it's like, hey, it's my opinion, not necessarily good analysis, but it's just my opinion. That's gotten me more views. But if you do this, no one's gonna watch it as much. So I'm trying to find that equal balance of this video or my niche is gonna get so many clicks, but also at the same time, it's scholarly opinion. I actually have something. I think I got something planned. We're gonna see how it goes. Twitch may or may not pull my account. If it does, I have also other social media accounts. But this is the end of the show. I want to thank everybody who was on here. I don't call out lurkers. You know, you do you. Go ahead and lurk. I'm not gonna comment. I'm going to see if anyone... Thank you to anyone who joined on the live stream on TikTok. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you to everybody on Twitch that joined, and Political Gamer for being very active in the chat. I thank everyone here so much. Tomorrow, 4 p.m., I'm actually going to announce what I'm going to do. I think it's going to be a good stream. We're going to see. But as always, this is Warrior Insights. I do geopolitics.